Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This will give me the mid-June 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Taurus. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. Also wanted to mention, it doesn't really matter when you find this video, a few days before the middle of the month, a few days after the middle of the month. Just know you're going to find it when you need it, Taurus. It could even be 2 years from now, and it's totally fine nonetheless. But let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month for you. Column number 2 is just going to be a general look at the remainder of June. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. So something to carry into the end of June. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions. We're going to take a look at your crystal of the month, and we're going to pull a healing note. Let's go ahead and get started. Our first summary card, so again for the column number 1, which is what's wrapping up and coming to a close, we have the card Influence. And Influence is an interesting card. It's a good reminder of how many things we do have influence over, and it's also a reminder to focus on the things that we do have influence over. So in terms of influence, you probably had a pretty good last few weeks, Taurus, but let's see what messages we have here. The first card that we have is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card of waiting for results. So you could have felt like you've been in a waiting period. This could likely be where you've really honed in on this influence, because although things are waiting, you can focus on those things that you can influence at this point. This is also a card of travel, so some of you could have traveled or made travel plans. The next card that we have is the Sun card. In terms of good cards in the tarot deck, it really doesn't get much better than the Sun card. This is a card of material happiness, joyous outcomes, success. All around a really, really good card with good energy associated with it. And then at the bottom here we have the Ace of Wands. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. This is new project, inspiration, urge to create. So it feels like there's something new brewing for you here. But let's see what messages, what clarifiers we have. The first clarifying card we have is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is very studious, it's very hardworking. But again, this is like you're continuing to work hard even in this time of waiting. You're continuing to focus on the things that you have influence on and dedicating your time as you wait for these other pieces to come into play, which is really neat to see, Taurus. This could also be a card of new love for some of you, entering into a new relationship, possibly friendship. The next card that we have is the Justice card. Anytime we have the Justice card, this is a card that's favorable for you, Taurus. This is a card of like cause and effect, win-win solutions. And it's like, again, something that you have worked hard for and now you're reaping the benefits. You've worked hard to put yourself in the position of the Sun, where we have this material happiness, this joy, this success. The Justice card is also a really good card if you have something in court or there's some sort of legal contract, something of that nature. This indicates a favorable ruling for you too on anything that legal, contractual, court type stuff. Then at the bottom we have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of waiting. You look at this person planted their pentacles and then they're standing there quite literally waiting for them to grow. So this is a card of patience. Again, patience being kind of a word here, waiting as well. And just kind of delayed success. So this new beginning that you've been working on could be somewhat delayed, but in general things have been slow moving, but you've been really smart in capitalizing on your time, even outside of the things that you can't control, which is great. The next card that we have is Brilliance, our summary card. So our next column being just taking a look at through the end of June. I always like to see the Brilliance card. Once this is a good reminder that you are brilliant, Taurus. We love that. Second thing being is that you're going to have a really brilliant next few weeks. So love to see that as well. But let's see what messages we have coming through here. The first card that we have is the Magician. The Magician is good no matter where we have it in the reading. It's very focused creativity. It's about turning your visions into reality. There is something new that you're working on. So I like to see that this is saying that you have the ability to create that. This card has the infinity symbol at the top here, that abundance. Also a cup, a wand, pentacle, sword. Again, saying that you can create whatever you want. The next card that we have is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of trusting your intuition. And in this case, this really needs to be trusting your ability to create. This is a very spiritual and intuitive and very elevated card as well, Taurus. So this is fully embracing your capabilities, whether it's spiritual, intuitive, that ability to pray or manifest, whatever it may be. This is really upper hand and it's traits that you possess already. Then at the bottom we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is wishes coming true, material abundance, good health. The Magician and the Nine of Cups so closely aligned. Both of them are saying whatever you want you can have. So it makes sense why you're going to have a brilliant next few weeks, because the world is your oyster, you know that saying. But let's see what other messages we have here. The first card that we have is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is kind of a gloomy card. This black sky here, the person's laying down and they have all these swords stuck into them. And some of you are literally questioning your ability to create, but I can't tell you enough that you can make this whatever you want it to be. You have two cards in this one column alone saying that you can make it whatever you want it to be. So it's not necessarily that you have low feelings, but it's almost like you're questioning yourself is what this is coming through as. So remember just how brilliant you are and your ability. And then for our next card, we have the High Priestess again. For those of you who've watched my readings before, you know I love when this happens. When we have the same card twice, it's like the universe saying, I meant what I said. And in this case, this is trusting yourself, trusting your abilities, knowing that you know how to move forward. So don't doubt yourself. This is again that card saying that you have these elevated abilities. Then at the bottom, we have the Ace of Wands. You do have side-by-side Ace of Wands. So this new beginning is really right there, ready to go. This project, this urge to create. There's something specific you want to execute on. And we talked about it here and we're talking about it again going into the end of June. So now we're going to take a look at the money column. So in this column, think anything about money, job, career, businesses you run, investments you have, anything that you associate with money, Taurus. The first card in our money column is the Two of Cups. Typically this is a very romantic card, but the Two of Cups also indicates a partnership or possibly a proposal. This could be a job offer, some sort of business proposal. There's some sort of relationship that's growing here. This could be a relationship with a financial advisor, a business partner. This could be your boss or a coworker. But there's some sort of financial relationship that's deepening this month. In terms of business opportunity as well, there just seems to be some sort of new opportunity. Just taking a look, it doesn't seem like it's the same Ace of Wands opportunity, but it does seem like there's some sort of new business proposal or financial opportunity for you. We're going to clarify and see what else I can give you there. The next card that we have is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of teamwork, which makes sense. Again, there's this partnership that's just deepening these next few weeks. Additionally, though, the Three of Wands is a card of commerce, so we love to see a money card in the money column. This is also expansion, so this is your finances expanding, your business growing, your knowledge growing, your opportunities growing. So really some great expansion happening this month in terms of money and career as well. Then at the bottom we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card of stress, exhaustion, having lots of burdens. So do be aware of that. It feels like it's been a busy beginning of the month, and it feels like it's going to continue to be busy the next few weeks, Taurus. So just be aware and make sure you don't allow yourself to get burnt out, stressed, exhausted, or to this point where you feel overly burdened. The next card that we have is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is an interesting card. It is a card of self-imposed restrictions. If you take a look at this card, this person is blindfolded, their arms are bound down, but then their sword stuck all in the background. So this person can very easily kind of wiggle back and cut themselves free. Make sure that you are not limiting yourself from this new opportunity, Taurus, or this new proposal. Like, if somebody comes to you and be like, you're perfect for this job, like, don't think to yourself, oh, like, am I qualified? Because you are. So this is like about self-assuring yourself and being confident, and not restricting yourself. This deep relationship is coming to you for a reason. These opportunities are coming to you for a reason. So don't prevent yourself from pursuing either that relationship or that opportunity. The next card that we have is the Lover's card. Again, the Lover's card is usually a love card, but this is again a card of partnership. And I can't tell you like how deep this relationship is. So financial advisor, business partner, coworker, boss, there's a really, really strong relationship that's just continuing to get stronger this next few weeks. Then at the very bottom here, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active. It's new project, new creative idea. Again, there just is like this new thing that's brewing constantly that has been coming up for you. We just keep talking about this new opportunity. So be ready to move on it. And I think the message here is like, do not let yourself get too tired because you're not going to have energy to work on whatever this new thing is. So don't lose sight of this new thing that keeps coming up across the bottom, conveniently in the bottom spot each time here. Now, Taurus, let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So think family, friends, children, relationships, anything that you associate with love. The first card that we have is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a very patient card. A good reminder to be patient with your relationships, whether it's your children, a love relationship, a friend relationship, but patience these next few weeks seems to be important. You need a little bit more patience than usual, Taurus. I'm not saying that you're not typically patient, but this seems to be a good reminder that you need to stay patient with those around you. The next card that we have is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is very fast-paced. If you look at this card, both the horse and rider are moving quite quickly. So there's something that's going to happen fast these next few weeks. We're going to clarify and see what message there is. Going back to the Page of Pentacles really quick. Sorry to do that, Taurus. The Page of Pentacles is also very much so a money card. It's job, raise, money news. When I see it in the love column, though, it's typically like a parent or the person you're in a relationship with or the person that you live with. It's money that's close to you. It's not usually you. So your spouse or loved one could be getting a new job or some sort of new income as well. Then moving on down to the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a very traditional card. It's very conventional. It's a card of expectations. And I feel like this relationship needs to be spiced up a little bit more. Like you're kind of in this routine. So take a weekend trip away together if you're in a relationship. Go on a date night. There needs to be a little bit more shakeup. You're kind of in this very, I don't want to call it strict routine, but we're doing the same thing, and there just needs to be some sort of re-energizing happening there. Let's clarify through, though, and see what other messages I can give you. The Four of Pentacles is the first clarifier that we have. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. I feel like there's something that you want now, and the Page of Pentacles is saying that you have to be patient. Again, be a little bit more patient with your loved ones this month than you would typically be. Again, you want things to be just the exact perfect way at this exact moment, and they may not be. So patience is key there, Taurus. The next card that we have is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very free-spirited, very creative. With this card, it's like a card of freedom. So I feel like something's going to shift up. Maybe there will be a new babysitter, or maybe your schedules are going to align better. Maybe one of you is going to get a promotion and there will be more money to go on vacations or a date night. But there seems to be some sort of relationship freedom, which feels good. It's like enabling you to better this relationship. Not saying it's bad, but again, this is like a card of betterment with this additional freedom. Then at the bottom we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups, if you look at this card, there's something different in each of these cups. This typically indicates busy. There's lots of different options, lots of different choices to be made. And again, the Hierophant just feels like you're going through the motions. It's been very busy, and we need to change it up. So do find time to almost spice up your relationship, even though there are a ton of different things going on. Now we're going to take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guide. So something to carry into the month of June, the end of June with you. Let's take a look at our summary card here. We have the card Ready But Waiting. There could potentially be some more waiting for you, Taurus. I hate to say that, but we talked about waiting kind of throughout. Let's see what messages we have here though. The first card that we have is the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of trusting your intuition to navigate situations. Oftentimes it's like you don't have all the pieces of the puzzle, or you don't have all the information. And this very well could be what's driving this waiting. Again, you just don't have everything you need to move forward. So do be aware of that and look for the full picture. Look for all the puzzle pieces before taking action this month. The next card that we have is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active, new project, creative idea. I'm just going to echo this: Ace of Wands, Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, Page of Wands. We get it. There is something new. I have no idea what it is, Taurus, but we have talked about it in 4 of our 5 rows here. And then at the bottom we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a very nurturing, healing, supportive card. Again, I feel like things are just not going to move as fast, and this is always used, Taurus, this Queen of Cups. No regard to gender here, whether it being a queen card, but this is you. This is that healing, supportive, tolerant, empathetic, and again, there's something that you just like want it to be a certain way right this second, and it's not going to be. So be tolerant, be empathetic, be understanding that it may not be exactly what you want at this exact moment. Clarifying though, our first clarifier is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a card of patience. So again, there's something that you want, but you don't have all the information. You don't have all the puzzle pieces. People are not all in line quite this moment. So patience. The next card that we have is the Chariot card. The Chariot card, somebody once described to me as the Vroom Vroom card. It does mean action, change, being on a journey. Again, this Page of Wands, this new creative opportunity just keeps coming up. And I think that there is waiting associated with it too. So just remember that this is part of a journey. It's not all going to be ready to go right now. So keep rolling with the journey in the Chariot. The nice thing about the Chariot is the Chariot will always take us to the exact right place at the exact right time, Taurus. Then at the bottom here we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is very Prince Charming, Princess Charming, very romantic, very proposal-like. I'm getting that you like may be able to negotiate and kind of guide people in terms of proposals and this like deep relationship that you have. So again, being tolerant, being empathetic, but the Knight of Cups is like giving you the ability to kind of like push or make sure things are on track. But now at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, Taurus, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 7 of Hearts. This is number 21 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the Queen of Hearts. This is number 23 card. That's also a yes. And question number 3 is the 6 of clubs. This is the number 43 card. That's going to be a no. So yes, yes, no for you, Taurus. If you watched our video earlier this month, we did pull a crystal from our Healing Stones deck. This is the crystal to keep with you through the month of June. Your crystal this month is Emerald, which is good for harmony, beauty. It opens you up for a partner. It opens you up in general. It's very revitalizing, and it gives you a sense of togetherness. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your healing note says, heal your heart, forgive those who have harmed you. Anger only aggravates your wounds. Forgive yourself for your mistakes too. Self-love is a powerful heart healing agent. Thank you so much, Taurus, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. If you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you again, Taurus, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your June.